Okay, I turn this. This is the town board meeting for December 13th. We have no public hearings tonight. So I'll call the meeting to order and pledge allegiance to Don Drew. Will you lead us, please?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Don. Approval of the minutes for the town board meeting November 22nd.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Mike. Comments, questions, any corrections? All in favor? Aye. Privilege of the floor, public concerns, any privilege of the floor or public concerns? Anybody online? Privilege of the floor or public concerns? Okay, hearing none, reports of standing committee, Public Works.
Yeah, on the water and sewer side, we've been talking about a clay valve in our influent building for quite a few meetings. Ross valve has been out. Valve has been adjusted and is fully functioning now, so that we can get off our list. Still working on some lockout tagout equipment for some specific areas down at the plant. Some of this stuff they're gonna have to make in-house to adapt to what they're trying to accomplish, just because it's not out there. Still been working on some replacement parts for our UV disinfection system. It is off for the winter season, so hopefully we'll get all those up before the spring. Been working on some additional vendors for some safety equipment. We discussed the generator. They're going to do a load test on that. Probably after the first of the year, just to identify any issues if we lose power down at the plant. Just general comments, 332 and 96 water main project. They were out there today to do pressure testing and disinfection. So we should have the results of that in the next few days and be able to get that back in service. Town Line Road, we actually have a resolution tonight just for some long side services that need to be drilled. So we have a resolution to pay a contractor for that. But as far as our part, we've got a couple of short side services to do. But the water main itself is in. They've done temporary grading and put some straw mulch on that. Had some conversation just about flow meters out in the system. They have been inspected. Data has been gone over. There's been some questions about some of the data that collected. They've been working with the two engineering firms, MRB and Labella, as well as the manufacturers of the meters, just to try to get some clarification on that. PS 25, we've talked about that for quite a while. That's up on Wangham Road. We can report that is done, back up and running with the new submersible pumps in that pump station. Other than that, just a lot of ongoing stuff that we've discussed. They do have 7 resolutions tonight. We can go over any of that as they come up in the agenda.
Thanks, Steve.
Highway and park side of things.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry. You hesitated.
I did. I got to shift between emails. Sorry. Highway and parks, ongoing equipment maintenance. They've been doing a lot of stump grinding. They've been doing a lot of ash tree removals. So they've been having to get rid of the stumps, the cleanup and topsoil, those areas. Cut some more trees over Yellow Mills, Rushmore Road. They've been flushing drainage pipes and also doing some ditch cleaning, New Michigan and Running Brook. And they have had to do some salting with the weather. Parkside, again, most of it ongoing, building park maintenance. Again, they've been getting rid of some stumps in the parks, getting all the tables out of the parks for the winter, and also getting sidewalk markers installed. Did have a heat issue over at the swap shop that has been repaired. And we just had some discussion about some repairs over at Mertentia Park Tennis Court and first aid kits and buildings. And he's got 11 resolutions on tonight. We can discuss those as they come up.
Sounds good. On operations.
Operations met this morning.
4 resolutions are on draft that we can talk about. Most of them we've already discussed before. The big one will be the petition to the state for the more restrictive fire code. Ongoing projects, we've gotten more of the easements that we need for properties along the areas identified in the TAP grant. So we can include have those properties done for sidewalk and bike connections. Town operations is going to have be submitting at the next meeting report for the implementation the 2021 edition of the town comprehensive plan. We work with the planning board on that. Continuing to work with the county on a large scale municipal drainage area. 9 different municipalities involved with that. We've discussed that a couple times. There's different drainage issues that have been brought up over the last couple of years, and really the need for some more intermunicipal cooperation on that, and potentially looking for some federal funding to help with that project. Still waiting to hear back from the county tourism board about some guidance on potentially drafting a local law in regards to short-term rentals, Airbnb, something like that. And we are waiting on final review from the state DOT for their findings on the traffic study that was presented to them regarding the Farmington Market Center, GLN, and the G&A development, and the need for the traffic signal at 96 of Mercer. Still waiting on our standing signs. They've been on order, hopefully, and should be coming in. And everything else will be on file.
Thanks, Nate. Reports of town officials. Supervisor, I have 3 topics. First one, anybody know what April 8th, 2024 is going to happen?
Just the big
Lunar
just the big
eclipse.
lunar eclipse.
Only because all your emails.
Only because of the emails. Yeah, my town board is smarter. So April 8th, 2024 is a total lunar eclipse. And that basically follows Interstate 90 in New York State and is most observant at the lakes, Lake Ontario, Lake Erie.
Total solar eclipse.
Total solar.
Yeah,
Solar, yes, excuse me. So there are like 40 agencies already meeting and discussing and planning and want to get the information out to businesses and municipalities and all that. They project just in the Rochester region, 300,000 to 500,000 people will come for that lunar eclipse. They gave me a long slide presentation at GTC, but I will wait till they've had a few more meetings. They have one this week down in Ontario County. And in January, February timeframe, if I get some more information from them, we'll post that information, make sure it's available on YouTube. It's a big deal. In 2017 in the Midwest, when they had the lunar eclipse, they had interstate highways plugged for hours. The people that tried to get there. And so obviously New York State and DOT and all the agencies locally are trying to avoid that if at all possible.
Well, we'll have our Airbnb policy in place because there's going to be a lot of people looking for rentals.
Right.
At that point.
Don has a trailer over there.
Second item is mortgage tax. We did receive, or we are going to receive next week, our portion of the mortgage tax. Mortgage tax is paid to the towns and cities and villages twice a year. So the first payment we got was $254,789. And I complained then to the county that I thought that was kind of low based on past history. This next payment for Farmington is going to be $421,065 and change. So it's basically about between the two, about $75,000 over what I budgeted in the 2022 budget. Now, with the interest rates going up and the sales of new homes and used homes a little bit slower, for the 23 budget, I did lower our estimated revenue on mortgage tax by 100,000. So I think we'll still be in a good place. But just to give you, the second payment to us, as I said, was 421,000 plus. Town of Victor had 381,000. City of Geneva, 109,000. Town of Canandaigua, 100 and almost 72,000. City of Canandaigua, 170,000. We're the next closest ones to us, so. Sales were alive and well in 2022 and we did very well. The third thing I want to talk between Dave, Connie and I is the THM, the latest water readings. As you remember, we had to send a letter out in October, early November, that our readings were high, and it was mandated by the Department of Health. Our November readings, we did get them back recently, and we filed them with the Department of Health, and all 4 lake locations that we are required to pick samples on are below the level. So I asked Dan to post each one. So point number 1, 135 Hook Road, that's the firehouse up in Pumpkin Hook. And that reading was 6650.
That's the rolling average, right?
Well,
That's a rolling average. So I'll have Dave explain that before we go to the next one.
okay. All right, so the reading, as you can see in column C, that's the one from 11/15 of this year. So that was at 72, and we know our limit is 80, so that is below eight parts per billion below the limit, and that 74.75 that would be the projected rolling annual average from all 4, the most recent 4. And in this particular case, we're estimating that February is going to be similar to the reading that we just took of 72. I know that's kind of a convoluted explanation. There's a formula for doing it. It's actually right in the top, right next to column C.
Yep.
So
That is the picture we're showing now is the second location, which is on County Road 8.
28.
28, 357 County Road 28. As David mentioned, the operational evaluation value is 74.75. That's the highest of the 3 or the 4 locations that we had.
Yeah.
Next one is 448 Sheldon Road.
Yes.
You can see that operational evaluation value is 65.25. And the current quarter was 58, well below the 80 that's the limit. And one more. So the fourth is 5973 Loomis Road. Again, the current quarter reading was 55. And the OEV rating will be 66, according to the Department of Health and EPA formula. So these 4 locations are a constant location that has been used for over the years, so that we and they're approved by the Department of Health, those spots to take the samples. And that's kind of why we wanted to bring it up, and we'll include it as part of the YouTube town board meeting minutes so that anybody can view that in the future. So there will be.
Before that August one always kind of be in the outliers, largely due to the hot temperatures.
Temperature is a factor for
Lake temperature, water temperature in our lines and our systems. Definitely. So this will, like I said, it'll be on the YouTube for anybody to see in the future. And our next sample is February. February. So we'll keep the public informed, a future town board meeting and 2 or 3 Facebook pages that the town uses. We'll make sure that it gets out there on that also, along with the website. And that's all I have. Highway and Parks.
Not much more to report. Yeah. Kind of looked over it there. Maybe you wanted to give me something to talk about. We've been working on the log jam down there on Uyghur's property in Mud Creek. We started that last week. Pretty much got most of it cleared out of there. It's out of the creek and up on the bank. We just have to figure out how we're gonna get it from the bank out. A lot of it's been cleared out. It's open now. There's a lot of debris down there.
If the weather would cooperate and freeze the ground and make it easier,
The
right?
ground froze up, then we can get trucks down. Without tearing up the safety.
Yep.
That's all I got.
Thank you. Town clerk.
Yesterday I officiated 2 weddings. And yesterday and today, Sarah and I have gone to the county for training on our new tax collection software that we're gonna go to. And last Friday, I also went to the visit with Santa and Mrs. Claus down at the lodge. It wasn't as well attended as in the past, but still a good turnout. That's it.
I was wondering about that. Thank you. Water and sewer.
As Steve mentioned, pump station 25 on Langham is complete and operational now. And the next project, pump station 7, has begun, and their directional drilling under Mud Creek is complete, and wet well excavation has been done, so that project is well along. So that will be a second pump station that will be renovated in a short amount of time. And probably just to add on to what Supervisor Inglesby was talking about with our THM locations. We just verified those same locations for what's coming up next year, the testing of those same locations for UCMR 5, which is for PFAs, PFOAs and PFAs, another contaminant that the EPA has implemented. That's all I have.
Thank you. Building and zoning.
Yeah, reporting on November's numbers for us, we did 63 permits, bringing our total permits for the year to 905 permits. 204 inspections completed in November, bringing total inspections for the year to 3,045 inspections. We had 12 fire inspections, 30 stormwater inspections, and 13 complaint follow-ups. The numbers are starting to show that slowing trend that we see during the holiday time. And then depending on how severe the winter is when it will pick back up. If it's a light winter, then we'll start seeing pick up January, February, but if it's a hard winter, then March, April time.
Good, thank you. Director of Planning and Development, Ron. Planning Board. I skipped the planning board again. I always do that. I gotta put that in bold print.
I guess so. Okay. Next meeting, pretty light, we've got a preliminary site plan for a reconstruct of a single family home that had burnt. So we're working on that one. We're gonna look at our 23 rules and procedures. We did send you a letter on the chicken discussions. So you should have that. We'll look at maybe a couple letter credits, but other than that, that's about it.
All right, thanks, Ed.
Yep.
Ron.
Yeah, I think Nate has, and Ed covered everything. The town ops report was posted on the website this afternoon. Unfortunately, the website didn't take the area photos of the solar farm because of restrictions that they couldn't load it on. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way of getting that solar farm picture out there up and to the point of almost being operational. So it's major milestone that they're reaching here early January for turning.
Yeah, let me know if Marcy has trouble with that. Maybe we just have to put the picture only up.
Okay, we can do that.
All right, thanks.
Others, yeah.
Town engineer, Bill.
Okay, just to expand a little bit, we did meet, after Public Works today on the flow meters. We did decide to put, newer rebuilt flow meters in C locations, and we'll progress that along, to try to get some good data on that front. Assisting the town with lead service line inventory, the Route 96 and 332 project, the pressure tested passed today. I don't know, if that was mentioned, but passed and is disinfected, and once that's flushed, then the sample we can take it. So a little more progress on that today. We're progressing North Road water main design or proposal for County Road 8 water main. We talked a little bit today about Brickyard Road tank and the potential for that budget to need to be increased a little bit due to increase in pricing since we did last year. We'll have an update on that budget and the cash flow soon to the town, so we can talk more about that, so. Other than that, that's all I have.
All right, thanks. Under the assessor, I can tell you that Paula, the assessor aide, sent me the November sales yesterday. The number of sales are down from September, October timeframe, but the people are still paying much more than assessed value. So that is continued. We've seen that all year long. I'm gonna try and figure out how to take 2 or 3 of those Excel spreadsheets and condense them down and maybe have it here for the next meeting in December where we can put it up there on YouTube for people to see. And it'll also be part of our newsletter that sales are strong as far as people paying more than assessed value. Recreation, as Michelle had noted, that we did have the Santa and Mrs. Claus there last Friday. It was good. Won't be long and they'll be having meetings on summer rec program. Conservation Board. Unfortunately, yesterday, we were notified that Tim Hannon, who's a very active member in the Conservation Board, is setting this meeting and giving us updates of what the Conservation Board has done. He goes to the planning board meetings. Unfortunately, he passed away this weekend. So it's a great loss for that committee and the town. And we do have a resolution later on this evening recognizing him. Communications are on file. Reports and minutes are on file. And we'll get into resolutions. The first resolution is for sympathy for the Bowerman family. Moved by all. By all. The town board was deeply saddened to learn of the untimely passing of Linda Bowerman on November 22nd. And whereas Linda's husband, Jerry Bowerman, worked as an MEO in the town of Farmington Highway Department for over 25 years, as well as serving as the deputy highway superintendent for several years. Now therefore be resolved that the town board adopts this resolution extending its sincere sympathy to the Bowerman family and spreading his memories upon the minutes of the board. And be it further resolved, the town clerk forward a copy of this resolution to Linda's husband, Jerry Bowerman. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Resolution 2, authorizing the town supervisor to sign a notice and petition relating to more restrictive construction standards of the Uniform Code, Executive Law 379, for the administration and enforcement of the New York State Uniform Code, Fire Prevention and Building Code, and the New York State Energy Conservation Construction Code within the town of Farmington. So
Second.
I have a motion in multiple seconds.
20.
Again, this has been worked heavily with building department and the construction inspectors, the other staff, our engineers. And we kind of plagiarized the town of Victor's. It's been in place for a couple of years. So it's basically being a more restrictive regulation when it comes to new buildings and renovating, correct?
Yes, and we much appreciate Victor's assistance. So they've sent us multiple emails with suggestions, so.
Anybody have any other staff comments or questions for the board? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Reads the resolution approving the MRB proposal for the grant writing services for the local government records management improvement fund application. So moved.
Second.
This is the third round proposal we're gonna go after for more grant money for our local records, government records management. They've all been successful so far. And 2 have been successful, yes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. More to do. Four is resolution to directional drill under the Canandaigua Farmington town line to install 5 new water services.
So moved.
Second. Motion by Nate, second by Steve. This will, except for some landscaping and sidewalks next year, this will finalize the work being done in Canandaigua Farmington town line. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 5 is a resolution authorizing the town supervisor to sign the ambulance agreement.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mike, second by Ron. Okay, so we have agreed through negotiations and budget discussions to along with the Victor, to give the Victor Farmington Volunteer Ambulance Corps $250,000 from our town budget for 2023, and as I mentioned, town of Victor's done the same. All in favor?
Aye.
6, a resolution establishing the penalty date for all unpaid 2022 fourth quarter accounts located within the Canandaigua Farmington Water and Victor Sewer Districts. So moved.
Second.
Motion by second by Steve. Motion by Steve, second by Mike. And this billing will go, if it doesn't go out by the end of this week, it'll definitely be going out the end of next week, probably next week. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 7 is resolution authorizing a carryover of vacation time for Dave Owens.
Second.
Motion by Nate, second by Steve. Any questions? It's, because of his illness, we've extended the balance of his leave and he has to use it before March 31st. All in favor?
Aye.
8 is a resolution accepting a 2-year maintenance bond, phase 1A for dedicated utilities within the Hathaway's Corners and Center zoning project in a total amount of $13,021.15.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
9 is a confirming resolution to service and repair 3 sewer flow meters.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Nate, second by Steve. Again, we sent 4 in for repair. 1 was covered under warranty, and this resolution pays for the other 3. All in favor?
Aye.
10 is a resolution authorizing town contributions to HSAs.
So moved.
Second.
And this was for $500 a month of December for David Conti and a single plan. All in favor?
Aye.
11 is a resolution accepting the monthly report of the supervisor for November of 2022. Second. Motion by Nate, second by Steve. Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
12 is a resolution approving the 284 agreement for the expenditure of highway monies in 2023.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mike, second by Ron. Just for the public, we have the former highway superintendent in the audience. We've got like 4 people online, so let me just give a brief explanation of the 284 agreement. So the 284 agreement by town law and highway law is an agreement between the highway superintendent and the town board on where the highway money is going to be spent in 2023. And it's kind of a complicated 4 or 5 page document. You can go on the website under the budgets and find the probably the last 4 years of 284 agreements. And then within the next couple of days, with this one passing, this will be posted. So just to give you an idea, general maintenance and repairs, over $526,000. Permanent improvements to highways, $942,605 and some change. Some of that includes Over Meadow Lane, Hortensia Road, Windingo Drive, and Fallow Lane. Permanent improvements money also is for Brownsville Klein Road, curved in the road right there where Brownsville and Klein meet. That's approximately $680,000. Chip sealing, what I normally call oil and stone, chip sealing for 11 miles of town road is estimated to be 252,000 plus for next year. Crack sealing, just to take some of the roads before they're due for oil and stone. Crack sealing, about $36,000. Equipment purchases, $628,000. Almost $477,000 of that is to buy new equipment. A 10-wheel dump, snowplow truck, a wheel loader, a mowing tractor with a boom, a 3/4 ton pickup with a lift gate for that pickup. And then estimated repairs around $100,000 a year plus labor. And then snow and ice removal is the last portion of this resolution and the 284 agreement. And that comes out to almost $52,000 a year for snow and ice removal. And the estimated employee benefits are $412,211. So that's where some of your tax money goes, some of the DLT money that revenue we receive goes into the highway budget. Sales tax money goes into the highway budget. And we also receive money from 3 programs from New York State, CHIPS being one of them. So that lengthy explanation. I'm going to take a roll call vote. And signatures are required.
Supervisor Engelsley,
Aye.
Councilman Bauerman,
Aye.
Councilman Herendeen,
Aye.
Councilman Casale.
Aye.
Councilman Holmes.
Aye.
If you will pass this around for your signature.
There's
Two of them, I forgot.
copies of that too, please.
Yes, sir. More than halfway done. While they're signing the last 2 are signing the spots there, Resolution 13 is setting the town 2023 spring and fall cleanup dates.
Second.
Motion made, and second by Ron. Again, that's May 4th, 5th, and 6th, for anyone who wants to put it on their calendar. And the fall cleanup dates are October 13th and 14th. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 14 is a resolution authorizing the town supervisor to sign an agreement with Green Renewable for grinding up our brush pile at 420 Hook Road. So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any questions? In favor?
Aye.
Aye. Fifteen is a resolution authorizing the highway park superintendent to purchase a Bobcat snow blower.
So moved.
Second.
Motion in the second, and this is an attachment for one of our snow blowers. It's been in the budget for 23. All in favor?
Aye.
16 is a resolution approving the 2023 wage list.
Second.
Motion by Nate, second by Ron. Again, we started out with the department heads. Part-timers, 2% raise, full-timers, 3% raise. The town board, with our revenues being decent this year. The town board went for the full-timers minimum of 4%. Some people got more than the 4%. Any questions from the board? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any objection to blocking 17 and 18? No. And
Second.
19? Are all budget amendments? Happens this time of the year.
Seconded.
Mike seconds it. Nate? Opposed it? First one's general fund budget arrangements. Next one is the water fund budget arrangements, and the third one is sewer fund budget arrangements, moving money around within their departments. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 20 is a resolution authorizing a change in the Farmington Victor sewer rate in the town of Farmington fee schedule.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Mike. The residential rate for sewer was raised in January. The town board felt at the time to hold off on raising the rate for our commercial properties. They're, still recovering from COVID. And so not only us, but the town of Victor are raising the sewer rate $2.50 a quarter. So going from $87.50 to $90 per unit per quarter. Effective with the billing that goes out next week. Any comments, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. 21 is a resolution authorizing the highway park superintendent to purchase one groundmaster for the heavy equipment board, New York State contract PC 68896. Motion in a second. Any comments, questions? This is part of the 23 budget. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. (2022) resolution authorizing the highway park superintendent to purchase one John Deere 6110M roadside mower with Alamo 22-foot machete and 3 boom and Alamo 50-inch severe duty rotary. This is with the Sourcewell contract AI 070821-AGI.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Again, this is a 23 budget item. Get on order now because the deliveries are extended. All in favor?
Aye.
23 is a resolution authorizing the Highways Park superintendent to purchase one 2023 Caterpillar 962M loader That's also from the New York State OGS NGPA Heavy Equipment Contract, PC number 69406.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mike, second by Ron. Again, this was all approved with our budget process for 2023. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 24, authorizing the highway superintendent to hire Phelps guardrail to repair guardrail after a road accident.
Second.
Motion is second. We're hoping for insurance reclaim reduction reimbursement on this, but you never know how it goes. All in favor?
Aye.
And 25, different location, authorizing the highway superintendent to hire Phelps guide rail to repair the guide rail at Redfield Drive from an accident.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number 26 is a resolution for the Hannon family. Whereas the town board was deeply saddened to learn of the untimely passing of Timothy Hannon on December 10th. Whereas Timothy served on the Conservation Board, very active, I might add. Now therefore be resolved, the town board adopts this resolution extending sincere sympathy to the Hannon family, spreading his memory upon the minutes of this board meeting, and further resolved that the town clerk forward a copy of this resolution to Timothy's family on Carly Road in Farmington. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Very unfortunate. 27 is Bobcat Power Tilt Service quote to be approved by the town board.
Second.
Motion in the second. This is one of our Bobcats that requires some repairs to the hydraulic system. Tim, how old is that machine?
2 years old?
2?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they get used, right?
Gets used. End up battling with them a little bit. Hopefully I can get some of it covered under one.
Okay. All right, so the resolution is not to exceed 3,500. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 28, resolution authorizing the highway park superintendent to purchase one loader, R540, R43 from the Admiral Construction Equipment and Supplies under contract 69404.
Second.
This is a compact loader, so it's different from the cat loader resolution we had previously. Any questions? Again, 23 budget. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 29 is a resolution authorizing the town supervisor to advertise for quotes to service all our town generators.
Second.
Motion by Mike, second by Ron. So there'll be 2 proposals going out. One is required proposal for 7 Gorham Rupp auto start pump stations. The second one is for 5 stationary building generators, 11 water and sewer generators, most of them at pump stations, plus 2 portable generators that the water and sewer owns. And
Appreciate the generators. We were having a birthday party at the lodge last Saturday and the power went out in just a few seconds, but the generator kicked on and we were able to
Oh, good.
continue on.
That one's been tested. So this, when we get the prices back early January, it'll be for a 2-year contract and extendable up to 2 more years. If both parties agree. All in favor?
Aye.
There is a resolution authorizing the town supervisor to sign an agreement with Express Pay for credit debit card services for town taxes and the town clerk fees.
Second.
Motion is second. And we're basically have to go to this system because the county is going countywide with Express Pay in order for people to come in and pay their taxes with a credit card. Right?
Correct.
Correct.
The new software doesn't support what we have.
Yep.
We have to show this stuff.
Only us, but all the other towns have to go to this. All in favor? Aye. 31, resolution approving settlement of pending tax assignment litigation with Pintail Crossing LLC and Conifer Realty LLC. This has been pending discussion between the assessor, our lawyer that represents us on assessment cases, and the property owners. And we've finally come to an agreement. There'll be an adjustment in the assessment for 2 out of the 3 years. This also affects the county will have a small reimbursement, and the school tax will have a reimbursement above the town tax. It's a lot better than where we started from. All in favor?
Aye.
32 is a resolution urging against the division of Ontario County into 3 assembly districts.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Steve, second by Nate. Late last week, I got a phone call from Assemblyman Gallahan's office. And they wanted to make sure that, was I aware that the assembly lines were redrawn, and I was. But I wasn't aware that they took Farmington and Manchester out of Ontario County and put us with the Wayne County towns. So the western part of Ontario County is still Assembly District 133. And the eastern part of the county is like 131. And we're stuck up in the 130. What does that mean? Basically means that Ontario County is going to have split up into 3 assembly districts. So, the county's been 1 before, or 2 districts, but never 3. So basically this resolution is asking the independent redistricting commission to reconsider splitting Ontario County up into 3 districts and obviously putting us into Wayne County. It'll give you a reason for it. It's just the way they drew the lines. So it is what it is until they change their mind.
Well, think of 12 with a crayon on it. That's what it
Right.
sounds like to me.
So any questions on that? There is a map the board was provided also. All in favor? Aye. All right, we've got a resolution 33, which is the abstract to pay the bills, abstract 24 of 2022. General fund $44,766.41. Highway fund $14,431.71. Beaver Creek Park $327.11. Town signs capital project $1,790.78. Route 33296 water line $7,318.75. Sidewalk capital project $120. Slip lining capital project $1,170. Water tank repair $4,757.04. Storm drainage $392.58. Lighting district $111.33. Sewer district $89,495.44. Water district $26,305.36. Payroll deductions $191.15. For a total abstract of $191,177.66. Motion, please.
So second.
Motion and a second. Any questions, observations,
Yeah, I have to abstain.
abstentions?
For 2320.
2320,
Yes.
Nate abstains from that resolution. Thank you. Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have no discussion on the topics tonight. We have no executive questions? Take a motion to adjourn. Motion in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everybody.
Everybody have a nice Christmas
Yes.
coming up. Enjoy.
Everybody have a good Christmas. We'll see you on the 27th.